Hello, all my beautiful soul sparklers out there. My name is Darcy Legg. I'm the sassy shaman from Darcy's Healing Touch, where my focus goes, healing energy flows. And today I want to talk about different signs that your spirit guides leave us, or leave you, leave me, leave all of us. So, thank you for joining me. Before I get into all the different signs that our spirit guides leave us, I would like to mention if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the chat box for me because I would love to answer any questions that you have. And thanks for watching. So let's get started with this. This is such a fascinating subject. Even when I was writing some notes down and taking notes, it reminded me about certain things that had happened to me in the last couple years since I've contacted my spirit guides, or since they've contacted me, whichever happened first. I'm not sure. I think you have to give them permission a lot of times to contact. It just depends. Anyway, signs from your spirit guide. So, some people get signs that their spirit guides are close by getting a cool breeze. Like, go get a chill. You'll feel temperature changes. Have you ever felt a temperature change or a breeze, or you'll get like goosebumps? And that is their sign that their spirit guide is there or nearby or there. Some people will also, when I used to go meditate, my spirit guide would come up right before I would go under, and he would come up and put his hand right here on my left arm. And that was his way of letting me know that he was here and ready to go. And it would happen right before we would start our meditation. It would happen every time. So that was my spirit's guide way of telling me he was here and he was ready to go. Just let me know. So some people will get ringing in their ears right before their spirit guides come to let them know. I know some people will get whispers or different tones in their ears from their spirit guides that'll let them know that they're there. Sometimes I've had this happen. Lights will flicker when your spirit guides are there giving you a little message. Have you ever had that happen to you? I lived in one apartment where every time I went and stood under a different light, a certain light, and there was four of them that were connected, but only one would flicker. It was interesting. I always thought it was my spirit guide giving me a message there. So lights flicker quite a bit, and those are signs from your spirit guide. Not always, not every time a light flickers, but sometimes it is a spirit guide. One that happens to a lot of people, not to me though, is songs on the radio. If you listen, I don't listen to the radio anymore, so maybe that's why. But some people will get messages from the radio, they'll get songs on the radio, or maybe strangers will say something to them when they're out in public and give them a message. I've heard about that happening. Another thing that they may get is another message from their spirit guides. And this is one that I had gotten a lot, was dimes. My spirit guides would leave me dimes everywhere. And at first I thought, that's weird. I walked by there and didn't see that dime. And then walked by a second time and there's a dime there. And the first couple times it happens, you kind of question your sanity. But then when it keeps on happening over and over and over again, it's your guide leaving you messages. And then it just makes you happy just to see them and find dimes everywhere. And to this day, I still find dimes everywhere. Like last week, I found one when I was at the airport and it was in the back of the stall. Not like I'm looking for dimes, but they just show up for me. And I left that one because it was in the toilet. It was on, in the back of the toilet. So I just left it there. But usually I'll pick them up and I have a special place for my dimes that I found for my spirit guides. Okay, moving on. So we also have some people will see stuff like repeating numbers and they say those are from their spirit guides. They call those angel numbers, and you could look those up online. And I would get those. Those are probably one of the first things that I noticed when I first started meditating. Also, I started seeing 111, then I started seeing 222s, and it went up to 333s. So those may be signs from your spirit guides, repeating numbers, and sometimes it gets to repeating so much to where you can't ignore it, to where every time you look at the clock, not thinking about it, just with me, when I glanced at the clock, um, it would just be repeating numbers every time I would glance at the clock. If you have questions, did you get messages from your spirit guides? Let me know in that chat box what kind of messages your spirit guides leave you. Also, uh, go ahead and just to let you know, if you want a link in my bio, I will give you a free shamanic class. I'll go ahead and put that down below in the description part. And if you don't have any questions, we'll go on. After repeating numbers, another way that they will contact you, spirit guides will contact you, is through your dreams. And this has happened to me. I told you I had asked to see my spirit guide, Jonah, the number one that was talking to me all the time. And I wanted to know what he looked like. I could hear him. We talked. We had conversations constantly, but I didn't know what he looked like. I was curious. And so he came to me in a dream. So dreams are a good way for them to get a hold of you. So there's lots of different ways for your spirit guides to contact you. Let's just review what we've talked about so far. So they've talked about like temperature, cool breeze, maybe a whisper. I talked about how they put their hands on my arm, um, ears ringing, lights flickering, songs on the radio, or somebody stranger walking by mentioning something. Coins, like I find dimes all the time left by my spirit guides. We talked about repeating numbers, and then also they could contact you through your dreams. Now, something I do want to mention about spirit guide contact, ask them. Ask them to contact you. And um, ask them for a sign. I've done this a couple times. I haven't done it a lot, but I've done it a couple times. Ask them if I'm on the right track. Show me and then ask them for something specific. And there's one time I said, if I'm on the right track, show me a pink elephant. And I was driving down the road and I looked up and saw on this billboard a huge pink elephant. And I had forgot that I had asked for it until I saw that. Don't go Google searching a pink elephant or anything, but uh, it'll happen. You'll get your signs that you asked for if it's right and you need it. If you don't have any questions, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe and share. Leave any comments you have or questions down in the description down below. And thanks for watching and keep on sparkling.